What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk Speedy, okay? Louis Vuitton Speedies and why I think handbag charm culture and craze and obsession has influenced them to bring out the Louis Vuitton Speedy Soft or make them redesign the Speedy. I think that they've redesigned multiple over the past few years, multiple vintage archived pieces, and it hasn't been, in my opinion, as crazy as what I'm seeing with the Speedy Soft. It is all over my TikTok page, all over everything, all over my Pinterest, all over my Instagram. Speedy Soft, Speedy Soft, Speedy Soft. I do think, though, they're marketing more towards the people that never liked the Speedy. That's just my opinion. People that are new to liking the Speedy. They're trying to convince you onto the Speedy. And I get it. I totally get it. They have one for everybody. If you don't like brown leather, no worries. They have one with black leather. And if you don't like gold hardware, no worries. It's black leather with silver hardware. If you don't like the light leather, no worries. They have dark brown ostrich on the handles and strap. And if you do like the overall look of a Speedy, but you just want something more luxurious, no worries, they have the crafty. It's very similar to the Speedy. So let's talk about the differences. This is my Speedy B 30. She is from 2011. This is not the original one that I had years ago on my channel, probably 9 years ago. I had sold that bag, instantly regretted it, and always looked for a really, similar one on Fashionphile. And a couple years into becoming a mom, I found one on Fashionphile for under $1,000. It wasn't really my vibe at the time, but it made me happy to have one back in my collection. And I've pulled her out recently and I absolutely love it. And I do have the handbag charm situation to blame. It's just such an easy bag to zhuzh up and make your own. And I'm so happy I repurchased her when I did, because under $1,000 on Fashionphile right now is unheard of for this bag. And I don't recommend Fashionphile for this bag, pre-loved, and we'll talk about that in a second. The Speedy Bandouliere, or just the Speedy Soft. I think they just call them the Speedy Soft. I'm not 100% sure. That bag is so close to just being this bag. Really, the main difference is that it's lined with a leather, a soft leather that they're claiming is making the bag more supple and soft and slouchy. I personally think that if you put no base or no bag organizer in a regular Speedy, you're gonna get a slouchy Speedy. That's just the nature of the bag. It drops and it becomes slouchy at the bottom. Is this as slouchy as a Speedy Soft? I don't know, but this looks pretty slouchy and mushy to me. Specifically, this canvas from this year is the generation of canvas that was my favorite, so I wanted to repurchase it from the 2011. It's not that much different design-wise from the newer ones. I think just the stitching is below the little Louis Vuitton button here, so the newer ones have it above. It's just so slight. There's nothing. I don't dislike the newer versions of this at all. I just really like the way the canvas feels from this year, but I do still like the older ones, even the brand new ones. If you are not into pre-loved bags, they still make this bag. You can get it on Louis' website and you can get a brand new one if that's what you want to do. It's still cheaper than getting a Speedy Soft. But anyways, the main difference of the Speedy Soft and this is the Speedy Soft is lined with leather. The Speedy Soft does not have this piece going down the side, and the Speedy Soft does not come with a crossbody strap. It just comes with a shoulder strap. That's a rounded piece of leather. I think a lot of people don't know that even the older Speedy Bandoulières, not just the newer version or the ones from 2016 and 17, they all come with 3 pieces on their crossbody strap. It's called an extender piece. So the middle extender piece can help make the bag a longer crossbody bag. If you remove that piece and you just attach the 2 pieces on the side that, come from D-ring to D-ring, and you put it on the shortest hole, voila, you have a shoulder strap. You do not need to get that bag just based on the strap itself. So if you only like that bag because it comes with a shoulder strap, hopefully this can convince you to go pre-loved or just get a newer Speedy Bandouliere. And if you don't like this going down the side of the bag, I can't help you. And if you do like the Speedy Soft, but you don't care about the shoulder strap and you don't like this, then just get a vintage regular Speedy. And if you're buying the Speedy Soft just because you really do want a luxurious sort of in-between Speedy, between a P9 and a regular one, I get it. I can't convince you otherwise, but I still think that a classic Speedy or Speedy Bandouliere is the way to go. And please, for the love of gosh, don't buy the Speedy Soft just because you like the bag charms. There's way too many bag charms in this world. Way, way, way too many to just like that bag because of the bag charm. So those are the main differences, and I believe the Speedy Soft only comes in the size 30. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Speedy Bandouliere comes in the size 25 and the size 30, specifically the older versions. I don't think the newer versions come in a smaller size, but they have, you know, Louis Vuitton Speedy 20s, which are really cute. And they of course have the nanos, which this is one of my most used handbags of all time. Love her so much. I need to do a video specifically just on this bag because I don't think I've ever done a dedicated Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano video. And this year specifically, it's from 2016, is my favorite year, and I'll talk about that in that video. For the Speedy Softs, I think the classic size for everyone to like, especially now, bigger bags are great, more is more, and blah, 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 blah. Everyone's loving the size 30. Now, for the strap part, you guys, I know Louis Vuitton does not sell that strap separately right now, which doesn't make sense because what if somebody loses their strap? I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll replace it for a fee. I don't know. But let's be so for real. You know, Amazon is going to come out with a bag strap. Someone is going to make a strap that is very inspired from the Speedy Soft strap. Just buy that one. So it's just silly to me if somebody is new to the Speedy liking world to only want the Speedy Soft and not really know too much about this bag. But I think the biggest thing is people not realizing that there is an extender piece on the crossbody strap on a Speedy Bandouliere. And yeah, but they really tried to convince us all. So I think that it's a completely different realm from the P9. The P9 is like their Birkin bag, and I'm not saying that I don't want a P9. I do. I actually do. But that is coming from a collector's mindset. And I just think that they're gorgeous. And if you're going to get a luxurious feeling Speedy, save your coin. Take that $3,500 that the Speedy Soft is and wait until you get the P9. I know it's a huge price jump, but let's be real. That's as luxurious as it's going to get. Don't try to compensate and just get something that's leather lined. Or if you like the P9 and you can't get it yet, go vintage or pre-loved empreinte leather Speedies. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. They're understated. I mean, they still have the monogram print, but it's a little bit less loud. I don't know. But anyways, that's sort of my take on the whole Speedy Soft situation. I highly recommend getting it pre-loved, specifically from Japanese eBay. So you go on eBay and you put origin or country just in Japan. They have the best for any vintage bag. I suggest Japanese eBay first, number one. You want a smooth transaction, you don't mind paying a little bit more for a pre-loved one, and you want to be able to have the option of returning it, then go Fashionphile. I would recommend Fashionphile. I even think the Real is out of their mind for some of the prices for these Speedy Bs, but it's because of what's happening right now. And they go with the flow, and Fashionphile talks about that too. I think they've sent me a couple emails because I've asked them one time when I was selling something why their price was so low when which it was never usually like that. And they emailed me really nicely and just said, oh, it's just with the market of bags. It's just with what's popular, what's selling, what's blah, blah, blah. Now, right now, these are sort of going for really high prices on Fashionphile because of what's happening right now. And people are catching on. But hopefully this video can get to you prior to actually making your decision. Hopefully I can help save you some coin. So the pros of going pre-loved is really you are already getting that beautiful patina. It is going to be slouchy and smushy if you don't know anything about Speedies. That's kind of why people put base shapers in a Speedy, because some people don't like that. So now they're selling and marketing the bag like that because it's what the whole integrity of the bag is. And then you're also saving money, and I don't know, I just think it's cooler. And I love the look of this leather strap down the side. It looks like a mini keep-all. It looks like a mini travel bag, and it technically is, and they're amazing for travel. You could put a bag organizer obviously in it, but I like to just organize it by pouches in here. And it is one of the best mom bags that I have, and I just absolutely adore her. And hopefully I was able to convince you to save some money, and I hope you guys like this video. I do want to do some comparison videos with this bag because I think, again, the handbag charm world is making people decide on certain bags because of the bag charms, and I'm not kidding. Maybe compare it to the City bag. I also want to compare it to the Empire Carryall, my Marge Sherwood bag, if that'll be helpful to any of you guys. And again, I'm going to do a video on my Nano Speedy. But anyways, I hope everyone is well. Hopefully I was able to convince you to save some money, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye. Mwah.